Ever wonder what would happen if two of the greatest minds, separated by 16 centuries, sat down for a chat? What if Saint Augustine, the philosopher Bishop of Hippo, met Matthew McConaughey, the Texan sage of Hollywood, under a sky that blends the rolling hills with the wide-open spaces? Let's imagine that conversation. The air is warm. The scent of cypress is heavy. McConaughey, leaning back in a rustic chair, strums a quiet chord on his guitar. Augustine, robed and thoughtful, watches a hawk circle high above. "All right," Matthew begins, his voice a low, familiar drawl. "Augustine, good to see you. You know, I've been thinking about this road we're all on, this life. I call it a personal path. It's like a river, you know? Sometimes it's calm, sometimes it's got rapids. But you gotta keep navigating, keep living. You can't just float. You gotta paddle. You make choices. Those choices, they define your journey. You choose the red light. You choose the green light. Sometimes you get a yellow light, a little pause to think, to check your rearview mirror. It's all about the choices you make in those moments." Augustine nods slowly, his eyes fixed on the horizon. "A personal path," he muses, his voice carrying the weight of ancient wisdom. "A compelling thought. I, too, have considered the nature of our journey. I once believed my path was my own to forge, a testament to my own will. I pursued pleasure, ambition, knowledge. I steered my own ship, so I thought. But the winds, Matthew, the winds and the currents, they are not always of our own making." "I hear you," Matthew replies, setting his guitar aside. "You're talking about fate. The big script, the things we can't control. The universe's plan. I get that. There are things that just happen. A storm comes. A door closes. That's the part of the river you can't change. But how you react to that storm, whether you anchor down or try to ride it out, that's where your will comes in. That's your part of the dance. It's a dance between what we can control and what we can't. You can't make the waves, but you can learn to surf." Augustine smiles faintly. A dance. An elegant metaphor. For me, the turning point was realizing that the will I thought was entirely my own was, in fact, being called, pulled, you might say. I ran from this call for years, believing my freedom was in the running. But true freedom, I found, was in finally answering. It was a surrender, yes, but not a defeat. It was like a lost traveler, tired of wandering in the desert, finally seeing the lights of home and choosing to walk towards it. The choice was still mine, but the destination was divinely appointed. So, is it fate, or is it a higher will guiding our own will? McConaughey picks up a smooth stone, feeling its weight in his palm. A divine appointment. I like that. It's like you're driving your car. You're behind the wheel. You're making the turns. But maybe, just maybe, the destination is already plugged into the GPS. You can take detours. You can stop for a cheeseburger. You can even try to drive in the opposite direction. But that calm voice just keeps recalculating, gently guiding you back, saying, "In 200 feet, turn right." The universe has a sense of direction for us, but it respects our right to take the scenic route. So, Matthew, you are saying we are both drivers and passengers on this journey. We hold the wheel, yet the map is not entirely of our own design. I struggled with this paradox. If God knows all that will happen, are our choices truly free? It was a question that tormented me. "And what did you land on?" Matthew leans forward, genuinely intrigued. "I landed on love," Augustine says simply. "My heart was restless until it rested in him. The choices I made out of pride or fear led me to dead ends. The choices I made, guided by a love for something greater than myself, set me on the correct path. It was my will, aligning with a divine will, not being erased by it. The choice to love is the most profound freedom we possess. It is the compass that corrects our course when we are lost." "Exactly," Matthew affirms. "Now you're speaking my language. That's the ultimate green light, isn't it? You're not just trying to get to the top. You're enjoying the climb. You're grateful for the mountain itself. Yes, Matthew, to see every step, even those in the wrong direction, as part of the story that leads you home. In my confessions, I recounted my many missteps, not with shame, but with the gratitude of a man who has been found. Each mistake was a lesson, each detour a part of the map. Exactly, Matthew affirms again, a wide grin spreading across his face. The rearview mirror is for learning, not for staring. You learned from the past, but you don't live there. You keep your eyes on the road ahead. You catch more green lights that way. You see, we're not so different. You and I, a bishop from ancient Rome, a fella from Texas. We're both just trying to figure out how to best navigate this beautiful, complicated, wonderful road trip called life. It's about finding that balance between paddling your own canoe and trusting the river's flow. Augustine looks at Matthew, a look of profound understanding passing between them. The sun begins to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, a masterpiece stretched between Rome and Texas. Indeed, Augustine says, trusting the river's flow, a truth that transcends time. Perhaps that is the destination we are all searching for. What a great conversation that would be. Two brilliant minds with timeless questions. What other impossible conversations would you like to see? Leave your ideas in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the what if, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more.